Hi, it's Aubree. I'm a mom, a wife, and a teacher. We've all got busy lives, so I've got 5 quick and easy meals to share with you today that I think you and your family are going to love. Why don't you stick around? Let's get into the first one. So the first recipe we have here is an easy chicken Alfredo. The chicken that I have in this recipe is from some chicken that my husband made on the Blackstone the night before, so I thought it would work perfectly in this dish. I've got 2 jars of roasted garlic Alfredo sauce from Target that I'm putting into a saucepan. That's not a saucepan, frying pan? I don't know. It's a big pan. I got it from Sam's Club. Anyway, I put some milk into the Alfredo sauce to shake all of the good bits out. So after the sauce has heated up, it's actually started to boil here, so I turned the temperature down. I'm gonna add in some grated Parmesan, just the shaker kind. I wish I had a little bit more to add into this recipe, and there you see my camera moving, but you can still see what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna stir in some grated Parmesan, and then I'm going to add the chicken. I didn't heat it up in the microwave. I don't know about you, but whenever I heat up chicken or beef, any meat that's already been cooked, it just tastes weird to me. So I was hoping that if I just added it straight into the sauce, that it wouldn't have that weird aftertaste, I guess you could call it. And I was right, it was really good and it heated perfectly up in this sauce. So I'm just gonna let it sit in the sauce and heat up and come to temperature while I'm boiling my pasta. I'm pairing the pasta with this Texas toast. It's the 5 cheese kind. We really like it to go with our pasta dishes. So we cooked all of it because we were gonna have leftovers for lunch. So we wanted to have some toast to go with that as well. Now here you see me adding some of the pasta water to the Alfredo sauce. I did that, I've never done it before, but I wanted to thin out the sauce because it seemed a little thick and it worked perfectly. I've seen it done before, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna try that instead of adding milk, and yeah, it worked. So if you ever need to thin out your sauce because it's a little too thick, just add a little bit of that pasta water and it will help you out. And then I'm just gonna add in my pasta. We used penne. I keep forgetting the name of it, but yeah, I used penne, and I like fettuccine noodles and other noodles, but this night we used penne. for something different. And here's the dish. It was a good meal and it was quick and easy, especially with that already cooked chicken. So this is our night that we have bowling league. So we were just doing something quick and easy, which was hot dogs and french fries in the air fryer. We also made up some chili to go on top with some cheese on top. So chili cheese dogs. My son doesn't like chili, so he just had a regular hot dog with ketchup on it. And yeah, so this was a really easy night, but quick and easy is what gets us through the week. Am I right? So tonight we're gonna have 16 bean soup. Last night I rinsed these beans, checked for rocks, and then I soaked them in some water. So I'm going to drain this, and then I'm going to cut up this ham. I get this from Aldi, and this is like half a pack of ham that I had used when I made 16 bean soup before. So this is the other pack that I froze, and I'm just gonna cut this up to go into the crock pot. So I put my cut up ham over the beans, and I'm gonna add in some garlic powder, some salt. Even though the ham has some salt, the beans don't have any. So adding some salt, but not too much. And then this Nashville hot chicken seasoning has a good flavor and just a little bit of spice. Next, you're gonna see me add in about 8 cups of water. So I'm just gonna stir it up, and then I'm gonna put the lid on and let this cook on low for about 10 hours. And then when I get home, I can check it to see if it needs anything. And here's what the beans looked like when I got home. I just gave them a good stir, and they didn't look too watery, so I'm just gonna leave them like they are. Now, I didn't do this on camera, but I tasted it to see if it needed any extra seasoning, and it didn't, so I just left them as they are. And this is just another shot because I wanted you to see all of those beans and that ham cooked up. And it was really a good, tasty meal. Now what you're going to see me do is I'm going to make up 2 boxes of Jiffy corn muffin mix, but I'm not making them into muffins. I'm just going to cook them all together to make some cornbread. I baked the cornbread at 400 degrees for about 25 minutes, and it was perfect. You might see a little slice in the center where I checked to make sure that it was cooked, and it was. Now I'm going to add some butter to the top of the cornbread. Yeah, and then you'll see my plate at the end. It was just a very delicious and comforting meal. Usually I like to have fried potatoes on the side, and I just wasn't feeling up to it this night. My husband did want rice, so he had his over rice. So this is Friday night. I wasn't feeling well, but my husband decided to make some beef stew. He used some beef broth and Kinder's beef stew packet seasoning mix, and he cut up some stew meat, some potatoes, some onions, some carrots, and he just cooked it up, and it turned out so good. Oh, we also added mushrooms to it, which was really great. We also had some frozen French bread in the freezer that we put in the oven for about 10 minutes, and it was perfect. So this recipe is a year old, but I had it on my phone that I had filmed, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I never posted it. Now, what you see me doing here is dicing up 1 yellow onion, and then I am going to saute it in some olive oil and cook it until it's soft, and then I'm going to add some salt and pepper to it just to season it up. While my onions cook, I'm going to peel and chop up some garlic to put in my sauce. Fresh garlic is really good. I was trying to make a homemade spaghetti sauce, so I didn't use the garlic, I guess you could call it, but we definitely do use that, in plenty of our dishes. I was just trying to be fancy this night. Yep, so I am chopping that up, and I'm going to saute it as well. So you see my onions in the back there, and I did this for a reason. I wanted to saute my garlic in some olive oil before I added in the onions. And I'm doing this because it's called sweating the garlic, and that just helps to diffuse the flavor from the garlic. So then once I have sweated it, you'll see it kind of just, the way that it looks, it like kind of comes to the top and covers the whole pan. You can tell that it's done, but you have to be careful because the garlic can burn really quickly. That's why I added the onions in. And then you'll see me add in some crushed tomatoes and tomato sauce. So I sliced up some baby bella mushrooms, and I'm just cooking them in the same pan that I cooked my onions. I'm just going to saute them till they're soft and cooked through, and then I'm going to add them to my sauce. Now that I've added my mushrooms, I'm just going to season the sauce with some black pepper. And then I have an Italian seasoning grinder that I got from Sam's Club. I decided to go with 2 types of meat for this spaghetti sauce. I'm first going to be cooking up some ground Italian sausage. When that has finished cooking, I am going to cook up a pound of ground beef and add both of those to the sauce. I'm going to let it simmer for a little bit just so all the flavors can come together. And during that time, I'm going to be cooking my spaghetti noodles. This is my plate after everything was assembled. I just put the spaghetti sauce on top of the noodles and then sprinkled some shredded Parmesan cheese on top. So this is the end of my What's for Dinner video. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch it. I know it's been a very long time since I've posted a What's for Dinner, and I'm just so glad that you took the time to be here. And, I hope you got some recipe and dinner motivation for the coming week. I will be back next week with another What's for Dinner. Bye, y'all.